I'm bored, turning whining into creativity. Let's be honest. Hearing I'm bored for what feels like the 100th time in a single afternoon can make any parent's eye twitch. It stings a little too, right? Maybe you feel like you're failing, or maybe you get irritated because you're just trying to get something done and the whining starts up again. And if you're like most parents today, screens are right there on your mind, the guilt about using them, the temptation to just hand over the tablet so you can get 20 quiet minutes, and the worry, am I raising a child who can't play or be creative on their own? What if I told you that I'm bored isn't actually a bad thing or a sign that you're neglecting your child? What if boredom could be your secret doorway to raising a creative, emotionally strong, and resilient kid? Today, we're going to break down exactly how to transform those whiny moments into real opportunities for growth for your child and for you as a parent. My promise, by the end of this, you'll have a simple, guilt-free plan to handle "I'm bored" in a way that strengthens your child's brain and brings more peace to your home. If this is already striking a chord, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments how old is your child and what's their go-to "I'm bored" scenario? So, why does "I'm bored" get under our skin so much? There's a reason it pushes our buttons. Most of us grew up believing boredom was something to be squashed. Maybe our parents handed us chores, reprimanded us for sounding whiny, or plugged us in front of the TV so they could focus. Fast forward to today, where we're told kids need constant stimulation, enrichment activities, and zero downtime, or else we're not doing enough. Add to that the modern world of screens, where instant entertainment is always just a swipe away. When we hear "I'm bored," it can sound like we're not a good enough parent or that something is missing in our child's life. But here's the big reframe. Boredom is not a problem to solve. It's a feeling to be experienced, and it's one of the most powerful ingredients for your child's brain development. In the early years, your role as a parent is to help shape your child's social-emotional blueprint. That means giving them the chance to feel a little stuck, a little uncomfortable, and then showing them they have tools inside themselves to get unstuck. That's how creativity, confidence, and self-direction grow. The key science here is that unstructured time where nothing big is happening, is when a child's brain gets to practice problem-solving, imagination, and self-regulation skills. Boredom is the empty space where creativity breathes. When you resist the urge to fill every quiet moment and instead support your child in tolerating and moving through boredom, you're actually helping their brain learn how to spark ideas, make a plan, and follow through. That's foundational for resilience, emotional intelligence, and lifelong learning. Let yourself take a breath and really let that sink in. You are not failing your child by letting them be bored. You're actually offering one of the most important nutrients for their developing mind. That doesn't mean you have to put up with constant whining or that there are never boundaries. It means your job shifts from being the permanent entertainer to being a wise guide, helping your child turn "I'm bored" into "I figured it out." Over time, let's talk about the guilt that comes with reaching for screens. Everyone does it. Sometimes you need to work, make dinner, or just take a mental break. But when screens become the automatic answer to boredom, children's brains miss the chance to wander, imagine, and practice those key skills. It's not about banning screens altogether. It's about changing the default and gently stretching your child's capacity for self-directed play. You don't have to entertain nonstop. What you really want is to help your child discover that they are capable of creating their own fun. Here's where practical strategies kick in. The first and most important mindset shift is to reframe boredom as a gift, not a threat or a sign of bad parenting. So the next time your child says, "I'm bored," pause for a moment. Check in with your own feelings. Are you annoyed? Guilty? Take a deep breath. And remember, your calm brain helps your child's brain. You can say to yourself, "This is an opportunity for my child's brain to grow problem-solving skills." That inner reframe really matters. Now, here's a script you can use. When your child says, "I'm bored," try responding with gentle curiosity. "Sounds like you have some open time right now. I wonder what you'll come up with." It's a simple sentence, but instead of jumping in with a list or reacting with frustration, You reflect the moment back and trust your child's capacity to figure it out. For younger kids, or if your child is really stuck, it helps to have a simple boredom list, a list of screen-free ideas they helped you brainstorm when everyone was calm. This isn't a dump of activities for you to run around preparing, but a gentle nudge to remind them of resources they already have. The trick is ownership. Let your child be part of making the list, add pictures for younger ones, and post it somewhere visible. This way, when boredom whines appear, you can redirect. Remember our boredom list? I can help you look at it. It's also okay to have boundaries around your availability. You don't need to drop everything and become your child's playmate the moment you hear, "I'm bored." In fact, that doesn't teach independence, it just makes you the human entertainment system. It's healthy and wise to say, "I'm busy right now, but I'd love to check in with you when I finish this." Or, "You get to choose from your ideas on the boredom list for the next little while, and then we'll spend some time together." This approach teaches your child to tolerate a little discomfort, reach into their imagination, and trust that connection and attention will come in healthy, predictable ways. If you've ever felt bad about not being available every second, or you worry your child will feel neglected, pause for a second. This is a real, deeply human feeling for parents, and I want you to hear this. You're not neglecting your child by setting gentle boundaries or by expecting them to find something to do. You are, in fact, building patience, resourcefulness, and emotional strength. If this message lifts a weight off your shoulders, will you let me know in the comments? And if you have another parent friend who struggles with "I'm bored" on repeat, please share this with them. We're all learning together, and your story might help someone else. Over time, handling boredom wisely supports your child's growing sense of self. When a child learns that they can make something happen, invent a game, build a fort from pillows, or even just think new thoughts when the world feels slow, they start to trust their inner voice. That's where true confidence comes alive, not from expensive toys or perfectly programmed afternoons, but from sitting with a little emptiness and then making magic out of it. Here's what this looks like in a real-life moment. Imagine a rainy Saturday. Your 6-year-old comes to you, "I'm bored." There's nothing to do. Instead of panicking or jumping in with a half-dozen ideas, you calmly acknowledge, "Yeah, rainy days can feel really slow. I wonder what you might do with your time today." You point gently to the boredom list taped on the fridge. Your child scowls, then maybe wanders off. But a few minutes later, you hear the sound of Legos pouring out or see them drawing quietly, lost in their own thoughts. That little window between "I'm bored" and discovery, that's the space where invention begins, and every time it happens, you've given your child a real gift. Some children will need more support in the beginning. That's perfectly normal, especially if screens have been the go-to answer for a while. Co-create your boredom list at a calm moment. Include things like building with blocks, drawing a picture, reading a favorite book, making a fort, or even looking at family photo albums. The more your child helps decide what goes on the list, the more likely they are to use it. And if your child pushes back, says the list is boring, or insists nothing will help, that's okay, too. Sit with them for a few seconds. Name that feeling. It can feel hard to start something new when you're bored. Sometimes our brains want excitement right away. Let's just be here for a minute together. I'm sure you'll think of something. The goal is to model patience and faith in their abilities, not to solve the boredom instantly every single time. Remember that your consistency matters more than what's on the list. Every time you choose connection and confidence over quick fixes, every time you trust your child's brain to spark an idea rather than scrambling to entertain you, are helping wire their brain for resilience and creativity. This is what it means to be a wise parent and a brain builder at home. It's also helpful to check in on your own feelings around boredom. Did you get in trouble as a kid for being bored? Were you handed a screen or told to figure it out with no support? Sometimes the discomfort we feel when our kids whine about boredom is echoing from the way we were raised. The good news is, every time you choose a new response, you're not just helping your child, you're building new patterns for yourself too. That's courageous work. That's breaking the cycle. If you found any of these ideas helpful, I'd love to hear your own favorite screen-free boredom busters in the comments. What works in your home? What's one idea you think another parent could try this week? And if you haven't subscribed to Calm Roots Parenting yet, now is the perfect time. We're building a supportive parenting village here, and your voice really matters. As you move forward, remind yourself, boredom is the birthplace of creativity. You don't need to entertain your child around the clock to be a loving, wise parent. Next time you hear, "I'm bored," take a deep breath. Remember to reframe, lean into your simple boredom list, and set those healthy boundaries around your time. Your child is building muscles for life, and you are giving them such a precious gift. Today, try one thing. Help your child make or update their own boredom list for the week ahead, with at least 3 screen-free ideas you both feel good about. And remember to like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting for more positive strategies, and share one screen-free idea in the comments that other parents can borrow. You are doing such important work, and you are not alone. Let's keep growing calm and creative kids together.